I think Diddy's just synonymous with Ciroc, just like the mother with KFC. Just like Ronald McDonald's is synonymous with McDonald's. Just like that little fat lady is synonymous with Wendy's. And he also Rick Ross with Wingstop. However, recently, there's been a huge shift. Diddy has split from doing business with the Diego brand. And if you don't know, that's the brand that owns Ciroc. Also, it owned 50% of his new tequila, which was Deleon. Now, we've seen Deleon a lot every time you've watched one of these Carisha Please. Actually, to be honest, that's the only where I've seen Deleon. Now, this was a month ago. Let me see if we can find it. You see it on the table here. This is the bottle. So Deleon is right here. Okay? Diddy's been trying to do his thing to make sure he promotes it. Now, why is he doing this? Liquor money is very different. Liquor money is very plentiful. George Clooney most famously introduced and kind of co-signed or owned a huge percentage in Casamigos. That's a household brand. This brand that I even drink here, I got put on to by a girl. It's called 818. Whose brand is this? This is Kendall Jenner's liquor, which is going to, if she's not a billionaire already, is going to make her a billionaire. Well, all of them Kardashians have something, right? Like, ain't Kylie about to get, like, billionaire stat, or she did already, off some lip kit and all that bullshit? Well, this 818 is for Kendall Jenner. I buy all of them, honestly. I bought one of them today. It's for The Rock. So The Rock has one of them. So we got George Clooney, Kendall Jenner, The Rock. The tequila wave right now it's super booming because everybody wants to be in the club drinking tequila, from Clase Azul to 1942 to Casamigos to any one of these. Okay? And essentially, somebody says Kevin Hart has one too. I don't know what Kevin Hart one is. Anyway, such is the case. Now, I could give you a quick Google search. George Clooney sells Casamigos. So he sold to the drink company Diego, which that's owned. The same company owns all of them pretty much now. So this company, which owns Ciroc and Deleon, he sold to them for $1 billion. Okay, it was him and another partner. Allegedly, the story goes he goes to fucking Mexico, and this is the interesting thing about tequila I'm hearing. They say like tequila is widely produced in Mexico. You could go and you could get a brand there, and whatever the case is. They said there's import and export laws though. They said you can't just bring back Casamigos like very regular, or you gotta they'll give you it's certain amounts you could do, unless you put a brand behind it. You get what I mean? And apparently these guys, they used to just like Casamigos and they would bring it back for their own personal whatever. And then they realized, like, with laws and shit, you can't bring back too much, this, that, and third. And then they said, fuck it, we gotta almost kind of like have a brand with it. And they said, we're gonna call it Casamigos. Like, allegedly, that's the story. They then start importing it here. They eventually get in the stores, $1 billion, right? So that's been the thing popping for a while. Now, Diddy. If you don't know, Diddy Ciroc, which Ciroc is a vodka, if you didn't know. Diddy has been involved with Ciroc vodka for years. Let me see if I can figure out what year it was that he first started. I can't find the year, but I'll tell you when, or I'll tell you what the thing I hear about Diddy and Ciroc. So allegedly, Diddy gets a sponsorship fee for promoting and endorsing Ciroc, but Diddy is like the face of Ciroc. So what I heard the company did is say, hey, we're not giving you ownership of Ciroc itself. But any additional flavors you bring to market, you will get a percentage of those bottles being sold. So this is the main one. They said, nah, you're not getting no percentage of this, nor the overall company. But if you bring us some Ciroc coconut, right? And he's pretty good at introducing this. Yo, here's the newest bottle of Ciroc. It's Ciroc Loco or Ciroc Coco, whatever the case is. He has a percentage of these sales. This is the red berry. He has a percentage of these as well. Now, it's been very lucrative for him. You know what I mean? It's definitely contributed to him being a billionaire. This is why he could buy his side chicks all type of mansions and all type of expensive cars. Diddy is doing great. And we thought the relationship was all good until Diddy started getting too big for his britches, allegedly. Because Diddy then says, whoa, niggas ain't really jacking the sweetened vodka no more. Everybody wants in on this motherfucking tequila game. I want to get it on the tequila game. By the way, also, let's keep in mind this too. Before I slam these guys, and I will not be slamming, our black excellent brothers, who was just in another fight with another liquor company. Wasn't it Jay-Z, Douce, over some shit with Bacardi? I'm typing it into my search right now. He had closed a $1 billion deal with Bacardi, and because he sold Douce, but before he had some legal battles. Let me see if we can see. They had some legal battles over all type of shit, right? But he got paid eventually, and good for Jay-Z. Okay, yeah. So what's going on with Diddy now? Diddy says, all right, let me get into this fucking, Douce is a cognac. So Douce is like Hennessy. Hennessy's a cognac. Douce is a cognac. So Douce is supposed to compete with Hennessy. It's supposed to be like a little bit more premium brand of Hennessy. Ciroc is just refined, sweetened vodka, like, the rich nigga Amsterdam, if you will. But tequila is now popping, and then you have basically people with different versions of tiers of tequila, right? So with that in mind, he starts up and he buys Deleon. So I think I showed you the bottles already, but let's read what's going on now, because essentially at the beginning of the month, he filed a lawsuit against them, and he claimed that they were racist. So he claimed the liquor company were racist, and now the company is ending their partnership with him because Diddy's claiming racial discrimination against the company. Now, let's read into it and see what they're both claiming, right? You guys can see it all on screen. Good. The entrepreneur and music mogul previously accused the company of failing to invest resources into Ciroc and Deleon, treating them as urban products. Now, we hear that a lot, where a company will look at, like, a product from a Jay-Z, Diddy, and say, hey, the only people who you guys could market to or going to get to drink this shit is hood niggas and people in the hood. Urban usually just means black people. So, you know what? We're not going to promote this shit at sport games, hockey games. We're not going to bring this into the bigger open market because this is already a niche thing for niggas. Y'all going to rap about it, this and third, but this shit won't be selling when we at the fucking NASCAR games. Nobody's going to be like, hey, give me some Deleon. They're going to be like, yo, give me a fucking Budweiser. You get what I mean? So these companies kind of like say, nah, we ain't going to do it. Now, they don't do it everything, though, because with certain other drinks, they promote to everybody, including black people, right? And you're gonna see later, they basically say, if Diddy was like Martha Stewart, they'd promote it to everybody. Anyway, so in a response filed Tuesday with the Manhattan federal court, Diego stated that Combs made false and reckless allegations, including numerous defamatory and disparaging accusations of racism on the part of Diego. By the way,
call Diego.
Part of Dago and certain of his senior executives. The company filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit or moves Combs' case to arbitration, according to Bloomberg. They said Mr. Combs' bad faith actions have clearly breached his contracts and left us no choice but to move to dismiss his baseless complaint and end our business relationship. He has repeatedly undermined our partnership and threatened to publicly defame us if we didn't meet his unreasonable financial demands. They then continue to claim that they have invested more than $100 million in growing Deleon and allege that Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, has contributed only $1,000 and also refused to honor his commitments. They say we are exhausted. Every resort, a reasonable remedy, and see no other path forward. In a suit filed last month, Combs' attorney claimed that Diego, or Diego, I don't even know how I'm saying it right, and his executives have put their feet on his neck, on the neck of Combs' brand. In a business where production and distribution and sales are the pillars of success, Ciroc and Deleon have been starved of resources of all three. They also said that the president directly acknowledged the company's racial undertones in 2019 and told the entrepreneur that some of his company leadership resented him for making too much money. So they're saying they didn't like Diddy because he was making too much money. The suit also claimed Russ admitted Combs' race was part of the reason Diego limited the neighborhoods in which the brands were distributed. So basically he said, only send this shit to the hood. In response, Diego filings, blah, blah, they claim the company's attempting to end its deals with blah, blah. Combs' attorney claims that the company attempting to end its deal with Diddy is like firing a whistleblower who calls out racism. A cynical, transparent attempt to distract from multiple allegations of discrimination. In a statement to Rolling Stone, Diddy rep said they're attempting to... Okay. All right, bet. All right. Now, this is kind of important because we're seeing this consistently. We're seeing this consistently that liquor brands that we have black faces the forefront of are either not seen as premium or just not really pushed all around the world. Now, Diddy says it's racism. I'm pretty sure some people say it's business. Like maybe they have research, maybe they have whatever. Now, in life, sometimes, there's a saying that says, you're only guaranteed the same opportunity, but not the same outcome. When it comes to business, I don't necessarily know if it's racism. If they're like, I don't think no company would say we're gonna not distribute your product because we don't want to make money. They're gonna go wherever the money is. So I don't know necessarily if maybe they're trying to do good business or they're just saying, hey, your liquor right now only is popping in these places. We're only sending it to these places. Like, we don't give a fuck what race it was in those places. I'm sending it there. Clearly, I'm on the side of Diddy and Jay-Z when it comes to these things because, hip-hop over the span of decades has been just one of the biggest influencers in getting things popping and hot and making them cool. And many different industries, not only just urban and also areas, not only just urban areas have benefited from that. So to see them kind of limit Diddy and be like, hey, we're only going to send your shit to the hood, I could see why Diddy feels a certain type of way. By the way, there was another portion of the report that said they paid out $1 billion. I think I read that though. They paid out $1 billion to Diddy for Ciroc, right? Or Ciroc and Deleon. So they have supposedly done really well. They also said Diego owns upmarket tequila. Oh, they own Don Julio. They said U.S. sales of luxury tequila have increased 49% over the last 3 years. So I'm telling you, tequila is booming. Deleon, which is a 100% Blue Weber agave tequila, is produced in the town of Purisma del Rincon in the Mexican state of Guanajuato, the town named after whatever. Okay. Listen, I definitely am hoping for Diddy to come out on top when it comes to this. Whether he gets a buyout, clearly this relationship is over. I'm hoping that eventually, I don't know this industry all that well, but I'm hoping eventually people like Diddy or people like Jay-Z, they can create their own brand that's so stellar enough and somehow secure distribution before being subjected to these guys. Like, for example, it looks like with George Clooney, by the time, and I could be wrong about this, but by the time, they got to the point that people was trying to buy, they just cashed out and said, go ahead with it, right? But obviously, George Clooney, not Diddy. Diddy, to me, is the best promoter in the whole fucking world. Like, I kid you not, Ciroc would not be popping without Diddy. Like, Diddy made me want to drink Ciroc. Diddy made, Ciroc is the shit. Ciroc is a thing that people who are living opulent lifestyles drink. So I ain't gonna lie. I think Diddy deserves all that and more. And I could understand his frustration while he sees tequila blossoming. They're telling him, "Oh no, you just have a hood brand." They're treating his shit like it's for local. You get what I mean? So I completely understand. So Diddy, my support is with you, but we'll see how this plays out over time. Okay. All right. What y'all saying? Okay. What other topics did I miss? I feel like I missed a few things.